Canon, our freaking favorite camera company,
Yes.
coming up once again, are talking about an EOS R6 Mark II,
Oh,
which is nice. So I'm going to go over the specs that we have at the moment, or the rumored specs.
all right. We're going to have to pause here again because right in the middle of editing this episode, the EOS R6 Mark II was actually released. And so I was like, why not? Let's update the viewers with all the specs. A lot of them did get confirmed. It does get the new 24.2 megapixel sensor. It does also get the 12 frames per second mechanical shutter, but I don't think we mentioned this. It gets 40 frames per second on the electronic shutter, which is double that of the R6 Mark I. It also gets the new subject detection and the new focus system, albeit it gets the same system as some of the more expensive cameras like the R3, but it is a different sensor, so it's not as good technically, but still very good subject detection. It does do 6K oversampled video. We did get confirmed that the 4K 60 frames per second video is also there with the crop. It does also shoot 180 frames per second, but it's in 1080p, which that's not too bad. And it also no longer has a 30-minute record limit. Very, very nice. It does 6K RAW as well, but needs the external recorder. Now, on the Canadian website, the price was set at $3,299.99. The R6 Mark I was $3,499 on the Canadian website, but you can't buy it anymore. So it does look like it got cheaper by $200 Canadian. I'm not sure about the US pricing. So there's your update. It actually came out. Let's go.
So some of these may not be what it actually ends up being, but we'll have to see. So start off, 24 megapixel sensor, which is good. It's more than the Mark I at 20.1.
Okay.
So not a huge difference, but still nice to see. And then it also was saying how it has dual pixel RAW capabilities, which I didn't even know what this was. I don't know if you do.
I'm pretty sure it technically takes two photos and shifts it over by a pixel. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It has like two, I don't remember the word now, but like in each pixel, there's like two different photo diodes or something, so that it can take two separate photos that are slightly different, which apparently the R5 has that as well.
Right.
I did not know this. So that's new info. Good to know. Anyway, so you can adjust your images, sharpness, bokeh, and even lighting in portraits to some extent. Like you're not going to, if the light's coming from here, be able to like make the light suddenly come from here. But it kind of just looked like the example shown on Canon's website was like it brightened it, which you could do in post, but I don't know how much better it is to do it this way because I haven't tried it.
Right.
And then there also was another thing you can do to increase background clarity in landscapes, which is nice. And then there's dual pixel autofocus, which the previous one did have. The dual pixel RAW capabilities was not in the Mark I. Dual pixel autofocus was, which just helps to quickly find the focus and produces sharper images and works better in low light than if it was not dual pixel. Comes with in-body image stabilization, which was also in the R6 Mark I. Mechanical shutter burst rate of 12 frames per second, which is pretty good. But it's also the same as the Mark I.
Oh.
Which is kind of a common theme here. A lot of the things are the same. I don't know why they didn't increase it a little, but again, these are rumored, so maybe it'll be a little different by the time it actually comes out. Then we have 4K 30p video, which is nice. But again, it is indeed in the Mark 1. And it can go up to 60p with crop, which you guessed it, also in the Mark 1. I didn't think it was. I had to Google it and check. It said it was. So mostly it's the same. It has dual card slots. I can't remember if the Mark 1 did have that. I think it does. They're both SD card slots. There's not a CF like the CF Express like the R5.
Right.
This one it didn't say, so maybe they'll change that. Maybe they'll offer the option for CF.
Ooh.
We don't know yet. And then for the price, it was saying it's going to be 2,500. I don't know why I said that so weird. That sounded all weird. 2,500 US, which is the same price as the Mark 1.
Okay.
So you get a bit more for the same price, which,
right.
I mean, that's not bad. I would take that if I was picking between the two in the same price. I get, the sensor is a bit more, it's 24 versus the 20.1, and then the dual pixel RAW. Otherwise, not that different. So if you wanted a cheaper alternative, once the R6 Mark II comes out, you could buy the R6, which I'd imagine will be cheaper once this one comes out.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to see. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty much the same so far. What they've released. I'm kind of hoping that they will, add a bit more. But
I mean, yeah, that's definitely the hope.
Yeah.
But they have so many versions of it. Like the R series, right? We got all the way down to the R3.
Yeah.
So
it's true. And I guess considering it's just because it's the Mark II, it's not like a completely different camera. It is supposed to be just an upgraded version of the previous one. So it kind of makes sense that it's not too much different.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, they can't really compete with the other cameras that they got in their lineup. Mm-hmm. But with these Mark II versions coming out, they should be theoretically getting cheaper and adding more tech. So hopefully in the future, I mean, right now, if you have one, you might not want to upgrade to the Mark II.
Yeah, probably not.
But in the future, give it a couple more, maybe the Mark III, maybe the Mark IV. Mm-hmm. You'd want to upgrade to that one for possibly the same price as the Mark I, or even cheaper with more features. So that's kind of the hope here, I think. But again, these are just rumors. I mean, of course, things could still change and they could add more. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah. Well, we can definitely make another video on this too, if or when we hear more.
Yeah, absolutely.